This program is brought to you by Hicksville Pharmacy.
Assalamualaikum Nazreen. Salman Zafar is here from PakUS Media. Today we have a guest in our program. This is election cell program. So we have a young lady who's running for election. She is the candidate for city council in New York City. Let me just do a little short introduction for her. Her name is Moumita Ahmad. Moumita is a seasoned political organizer, community activist, and civic leader who has spent most of her life in Queens, New York, since immigrating from Bangladesh when she was 8 years old. Wow. Okay. In 2015, she founded Millennials for Bernie Sanders, which grew to become the largest progressive digital platform for millennials in the United States. She also worked with Justice Democrats to help elect bold progressives like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, and help pass ranked choice voting in 2019 with Common Cause. In recent years, she started the New Reformers, is a PAC, to elect activist Democratic Party positions. The Bangladeshi Americans for Political Progress to build a 400,000 strong Bangladeshi American voting bloc, and the Queens Mutual Aid Network, which was led by women from marginalized communities and provided groceries and medicines to over 2,000 families. Very nice. Okay. So let me start from Miss Moumita Ahmad. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum, walaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm doing well. You know,
Okay.
one more day until election, so we're nervous,
Inshallah,
but excited.
inshallah, you'll be fine. And I heard that voting is tomorrow, but tomorrow people can go in. Are they rescheduling or because of the snowstorm or?
No, they're not rescheduling. You know, New York City's used to snow like this, so it's
Uh-huh.
nothing new. And most of these polling sites are close to people's homes, so we're still expecting people to consider voting.
Okay,
And yeah, so because the voting locations we will be open.
will be open. That's good. Okay, so tell me about yourself in short phrase. How you came to United States, what you've been doing since then. I did short introduction, but you can, I want to hear from you. Actually, our community wants to hear from you.
Yeah, sure. My family immigrated from Bangladesh when I was 8 years old. I've been in this district for 22 years. I went to PS 131, then I went to Ryan Junior High School, and then I went to Bronx High School of Science, and then attended Stony Brook University where I studied sociology and political science. I worked for Council Member Costa Constantinides as political director before I started the Queens Mutual Aid Network. I've worked on various campaigns throughout New York State, New York City, and even across the country. I have a lot of experience in the world of campaign and politics and movement work. I founded 2 organizations, one of them New Reformers PAC, as you mentioned, and then Bangladeshi Americans for Political Progress. I also ran for district leader in this district and got over 2,000 votes in June. I'm a renter like most of the people in this district, and I'm running because we need young people, we need fresh voices, we need energy, we need people who are willing to go and do the work and spring into action, which is what I did when I started the Queens Mutual Aid Network. I helped families in homeless shelters, families struggling to pay rent, elderly people. And I realized that our city council, they had their doors closed. I found out that our city council gets $1 million from the city for our district, and all of it goes to other parts of the district. Nothing goes to the Muslim community. None of it goes to the Black community, the Latino community. And we are the most marginalized, right? The Pakistani community, like, it doesn't come to us. And so I think that we need to change the way discretionary funding is distributed. It needs to be more equitable. And my work during the pandemic, I noticed that if we to change this, we need to run ourselves.
Definitely.
And that's why I decided to run.
Definitely. And please tell us what district of New York City you are running from.
I'm running in District 24, which includes the neighborhoods Briarwood, Parsons Boulevard, Hillside Avenue, Jamaica Estates, Kew Gardens, parts of Flushing, like Casena, Jewel Avenue, Paumanok, Housing, Electchester, and Hillcrest.
Okay. Fresh Meadows also, or no?
And Fresh Meadows, yes,
And Fresh
sorry.
Meadows, yeah,
And also Fresh Meadows, yeah.
Yeah, because I think his friend of mine, who's emptying that seat. I can't even remember his name anymore. But he's a good friend of mine. Who's retiring. So it's good. It's a nice territory, and it's a lot of South Asian people live there.
Yeah, it is. It's a district with the largest South Asian population. Majority of us are from Bangladesh, Pakistan. So, it's also the district with the largest Muslim population.
Right.
Has a significant Arabic, Afghani community as well. So it's a very diverse district. And we need somebody, right? We've never had a woman. We've never had a Muslim woman in city council. So I think that it's really important, this election.
It's very important to have a Muslim, from Muslim religion, somebody in city council, and and especially female.
Yes, exactly. Because our voices, we need everyone's voices represented, and women, especially, we go through a lot. We have to take care of children. We have, some of us are working class and are struggling because they're taking care of elderly parents. Young women are suffering from student debt, right? So it's really, really important for our voices to be represented.
How many people are running in this race?
There's 8 people running. 6 of them are South Asian.
Oh, 6 are South Asian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A lot of people from South Asia.
It is, yeah. But you know what? It's also the first ever ranked choice voting election.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can rank up to 5 candidates.
Oh.
So you could do first choice, second choice, third choice. And I'm actually first on the ballot because whoever collects the most signatures, and they do it they collect it first, get to be on the ballot first. And our campaign actually collected over 600 signatures in 2 days.
Oh,
and
nice.
So we
Very
got
nice.
to be first on the ballot. Yeah, we collected over 1,700 signatures.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So I don't want to say suppose, but you will win, inshallah. And so what is your planning is that? Are you going to work with all the communities, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Indian, Nepalese, all those, and also from outside South Asian communities also, like Hispanics, African Americans,
Yes, absolutely. Of course. I mean, this is why I'm running, because I realized that all of the communities that our current city council did not work with all the communities. And
Right.
so all of the communities did not get equal funding, equal opportunities from the city council. In fact, they didn't really even hire people from our communities, right? So this is a moment for us to change that. And I am proud to have the most diverse coalition than any other candidates. I have the endorsement of Hispanic American Voter Association, New York Communities for Change, Muslims for Progress, which has a lot of Pakistani, Arabic, it's a diverse coalition of Muslims. We have Muslim Democratic Club of New York. We have Muslims Entrepreneurs Association, the Jewish Vote, which is an organizational PAC, which is the a PAC organization of the Jews for racial and economic justice. We have the Asian American Chamber of Commerce and Bernie Sanders. So many people. I mean, the list goes on. Working Families Party, Communication Workers of America, Social Workers Union, elected officials like the first Korean American elected, Ron Kim. Sorry about that. Ron Kim, State Senator Julia Salazar, Council Member Jimmy Van Bramer, Congress Rep Ro Khanna. So we have a very diverse coalition, and that includes everybody: Muslims, Hindus, everybody.
That's good. How about Senator John Luke?
You know what? I mean, I would love his endorsement, but I haven't had any sort of conversation around it. But he did moderate a panel with all of us candidate when BOG organized a forum.
Right.
And so he asked tough questions. I know it's sometimes tough because there are multiple candidates running.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not always easy to just endorse one person.
No, definitely. Yeah. He's and also, he's a friend of mine. That's why I asked,
Well, maybe you could ask him to endorse me. I would love that.
I will ask him.
Maybe now he will because Bernie endorsed.
Right. I wish Bernie would be a president of the United States,
Yeah,
He really deserved it.
he really did.
Yeah. So what is your education?
So as I mentioned, I went to Bronx High School of Science, and then I studied sociology at Stony Brook, and then afterwards I worked as I was a community organizer, and I co-founded Millennials for Bernie Sanders. And basically it's a group that has 500,000 followers. It's the largest platform for young people in progressive politics. And I then went off to work for Justice Democrats as a social media director. And afterwards, we helped elect AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and so many others. I decided to come back to Queens and focus on local politics. And that's where I started working for, actually founded my organization called the New Reformers PAC, and talked about, helped elect more district leaders and judicial delegates and county committee people to the Democratic Party that came from our communities.
Did you go to any all those communities to introduce yourself, like Pakistani community, Bangladeshi, and Indian community?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I've been working with various communities for years. When I was at one point, I was working with then Assemblywoman Christine Pellegrino, who is a huge friend of PASNI, Pakistani American Society of New York. So I went to their events for her. We mobilized together. When I was working on the race with council member the seat vacated by council member Jamani Williams, I worked with the Pakistani Youth Society in Brooklyn. Here, the Muslim Entrepreneurs Association is led by Abdul Rahman, who's actually Pakistani American. We went to high school together too.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So, yeah. So we're friends. So I've worked with all community members, but of course I'm not perfect. So I want to make
Nobody's
sure that
perfect.
nobody's perfect. But my policies help everybody. I'm a Muslim and I'm here to make sure that our communities are represented.
That's good. This is the way it's supposed to be, because once you are elected official, you're supposed to work with all the communities anyway,
Yeah,
So
I try to help elect Ali Najmi when he ran for city council.
oh, Ali Najmi, okay, I know
He's
him.
one of my really good friends.
I know him very well. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And because I see that in New York City. I live in Long Island myself. But I have a lot of friends, and in New York City, like in Queens area, Brooklyn area. So I see that some elected officials, they are not with all the communities. They are different than us, like you.
Yeah.
Like if you will be elected, and I'm sure you'll be with all the communities anyway. Because those elected officials, I can see they are not, they don't fund communities or anything. I don't know what they do with the funds. Do you have any idea?
They don't really go to they don't really go to certain parts of the district. Like, for example, the mosque gets $5,000, but that 5,000 goes to a senior home, senior center that's in the basement of the mosque. Senior centers that are serving the most vulnerable community members of the Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Indian community deserve more than $5,000, right?
Definitely.
Like
5,000 is nothing.
It's nothing. That's something we can just fundraise, right? Like
right.
Like it's nothing. And so and during Ramadan they were serving instead of funding our restaurants that make halal food, they hired military contractors who go to countries like Iraq and Libya and benefit off of the wars that are happening in places like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, the Middle East. They were the ones serving food to our Muslim community, and that's really insulting, number one. Number two, they could have easily given that money to help our local restaurants. So these are these are disparities that I came across when I was doing my work with Queens Mutual Aid. So my goal is to be more equitable around this and more transparent. Like, I want everybody to know where this money is going. So one of the policies I'm proposing is called participatory budgeting, which is essentially a program that facilitates input from the community. So bringing different community leaders, groups, and literally anyone together, and they collectively decide what they want in their community, whether they want a speed bump, whether they want to fund this senior center or that, or whatever it is. Just bringing our communities together. And that's something that we haven't seen from our current city council. Our council member resigned at a time when our district became a red zone. And so, that's part of the reason I'm being attacked by billionaire Wall Street Trump supporters, because they don't want me to win, because they know if I win, I'm going to give money to everybody.
Definitely.
That I'm going to help everyone. And they don't want that, because they only want to help certain people.
They just want to help their own people. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't say that, but I want to say that straightforward. They don't, for other communities, they don't care.
Well, that's because they have this idea that the other communities don't vote. These immigrants, they don't vote. They don't, so there's like, they don't want to invest in people that aren't going to put them in power. So what we're going to do is we're going to show them otherwise. We're going to show them, no, we are going to vote, and we are getting more and more involved, and that we deserve investment, whether we vote or not. We're working class people. That's what government is about.
Right. Yeah, I work with the community health plan in community engagement department, and so I work with all the elected officials, in Queens, especially in Queens anyway. And like we do events together and all that stuff. So you will be the winner. So we will be working with you also. So for the events. Yeah.
Inshallah. I really hope, and I cannot wait to make this district a little bit more progressive and more reflective of the demographics here. And it's really great that you do all this work. I hope you can encourage people to vote tomorrow, because I know it's going to be really cold outside. But if our communities can come together, we're going to win this.
Oh no,
And
definitely.
we have Senator Bernie helping us.
Oh, that's great actually. He's a great man. So I think Mr. Kamal is joined also. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Kamal.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Brother Salman. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. And what happened to your video?
Oh, brother, you don't want to see me. I am just cleaning up my water leaks.
Oh my God! Yeah, because of the weather today, huh?
Yeah, this is so much. I didn't expect that, but Alhamdulillah, it's finished. The guy came. He helped me out a lot. Started at 11 o'clock. Just now finished.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, be careful out there also. Don't go outside. Today. So I was.
Absolutely.
We were having good discussion. Me and Moumita. So she. She's very good, and I was telling her that I don't want to say maybe, but she's a winner.
From your lips to God's ears.
Yeah. Just read my lips. You are a winner.
God bless.
Inshallah,
God bless you. God give you wisdom and purity. Brother Salman, one request on behalf of Moumita, that please announce that tomorrow is going to be cold, no doubt about it. The weather is bad, but we need our voters turn out to the poll.
Yeah.
And please request everyone to come, and if they need a ride, inshallah, we'll stand by.
Yeah, I will write in our other groups. We have a few groups, and there are like a few hundred people in each group. So I'm gonna write about her on all the groups tonight.
I'm gonna give you a graphic that has the phone number that people can call to get rides.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. That's better. And you have Mr. Kamal on your side. He's the man.
He is. I mean, I don't know what I would have done without Bag and Kamal Pai and it's Misbah Pai. Like, I mean, they're my A team. And we've said that from day one. If we win tomorrow, inshallah, it'll be because of Kamal Pai. Like,
Inshallah,
honestly,
yeah.
like it'll be because of people like Kamal Pai.
Yeah, they're doing a great.
I appreciate that, but I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving you what you're looking for, the wisdom and the ability to win the elections.
Well, listen, Kamal bhai, listen. I just told her she's the winner, so she's gonna message me tomorrow that she won.
I'm gonna meet with you tomorrow.
I will be the first one she's gonna message that she won. So, Moumita, you have any message for community before we wrap up?
Yeah, sure. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate everything about our district, about our community, the diversity, and it's incredible that we have this opportunity, and that's going to determine the next 8 years of our lives. So whether you vote for me or not, please vote, because it's an important election. This election determines funding for your schools, for our hospitals, for our mosques, for our temples, for our organizations, for our roads, everything. And so this is a very important election if you're for our district. So and it's a historic election where you can rank up to 5 candidates. So you can make me your 1 or your 2, but whatever you rank me, please come out to vote. Super important.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And, we will share that with the community also, with other groups, we will, I will, I promise I will write down in all the groups, also, if you can repeat those areas again in that district, this way people will know.
Yeah, so it's Briarwood, Fresh Meadows, Kew Gardens, Pominock, Electchester, some parts of Flushing, Hillside Avenue, Parsons Boulevard, Hillcrest,
Jamaica State,
Jamaica States,
Fresh
Fresh
Meadows.
Meadow.
Fresh Meadows, yes, and Kew Gardens, Utopia Parkway. I think I said it, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. That's a
Parsons
nice,
Boulevard, Jamaica Avenue.
that's a nice big area,
Yes.
And I know you even you will win, and you will be you will be good. All the communities is gonna work with you anyway, and you're gonna work with them, right?
Thank you. Yes, of course.
Indeed.
I'm going to work for working class people.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, Moumita ji. Thank you very much, Kamal bhai. So good luck, Moumita.
So, I just wanted to say,
Yeah, just give me a
I
minute.
just want to see if I may say,
Sorry. Did
just
you-
want to say, I want to thank you for arranging such a wonderful event, wonderful interview with Moumita. I want to thank you personally that when you text me, says, Kamal, let's have a meeting with Moumita with the YouTube channels. And that's the time I know that you are a true leaders and true organizers from the community and community at large.
I try
Thank
my best,
you.
and I want we want South Asian people, in offices. So that they make me proud.
Indeed.
That's why I wanted to do that. All right. So just give me.
You're making me okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I said thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Just give me a minute. So then we will celebrate tomorrow.
Yes, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome,
Thank
son.
you.
Just give me a minute. Yeah. नाजरीन, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका देखने का प्रोग्राम इलेक्शन सेल। इसके बाद आपसे अगले प्रोग्राम में मुलाकात होगी। वोट दें, give a vote to she's very young. That's why we need people, young people in those offices, like a Senate office, council office, all those offices. We need to get in there. So vote for her. I'm repeating again, vote for Moumita Ahmad. I remember her name, Moumita Ahmad. So we will see you in next program. Just subscribe this channel, PakUS Media, like it, share it, and comment. Assalamu alaikum.